Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for taking the time on this Thursday afternoon with the three of us. It's going to be a great 1 hour of nuggets. As I always like to say, I want to make sure that you just jot down any ideas, strategies, product info, um, any reminders, things that maybe after 3 p.m. Eastern, if you need to call us or shoot us an email, we can get you the marketing piece or get you set up or the product info, whatever it is that you need. I just want to make sure that you get your money's worth today during the next 60 minutes because it's going to be a great webinar. So, we have to just think about this. I'm going to dive right in for a second, but we have to think about our agents, right? To be effective, we don't work with clients, as you know. That's a conflict of interest. Our job is to make sure the agents have everything that you need to go out and be successful, right? And it doesn't matter if it's life, supplemental products, annuities, premium finance, all across the board. We have to give you the best products, carriers, tools, strategies to go out and be successful. In fact, have the most successful year in this business you've ever had. Okay, that's our job, that's our goal, and we know when you win, we win, right? There's no surprise. In fact, the carriers win as well. Typically, it's the consumer, the agent, us, and then the carrier. So it's a win-win-win down the road. And we know that in order for us to be competitive, right, we have other competitors out there that do what we do. We have to have a leg up. We have to give you the best tools and technology and lead programs, right, that our competitors just maybe don't have access to or don't have the program, okay, which is just like Insure Me Now Direct, something that we built over 10 years ago when the companies literally thought we were crazy. They said, Bill, we're never going to have a product sitting on a platform like Amazon where the consumer can just run a quote. They can purchase the product online while you, the agent, is sleeping. We need the agent to do some of our field underwriting. This isn't going to happen. Okay, well, it did happen. Okay, not only did it happen, but fast forward to today, we have over 23 products on the platform, and they're not just inflated products with a bunch of fat built in as far as premium goes. No, these are now the most competitive products in the space today, and it doesn't matter if you're face-to-face with the client or the client logs in at 3 a.m. while you're sleeping, okay? So everything came to the surface, and not only that, but we have the only platform, okay, in the industry, period, that's multi-carrier, multi-product, agent of record. That means you are agent of record. This isn't a referral program. And best part, commissions aren't reduced. Renewals are a full pass-through. Okay, just the other day. In fact, if you watch our Expo video, we had a younger agent on that came from the WFG world. Okay, and I'm not saying anything bad. I'm just repeating his words, but he said, I didn't even know there was products that paid renewals. And I said, yeah. I said, it's a full pass-through contract with us. But there are some agencies, okay, I won't name who they are, but they hold the renewals. Then I heard it again with a company called Symmetry just a few days ago, okay, that an agent told me this. So anyway, I'm not going to get under the covers, and that's none of my business how they run their operation. But the bottom line is you as an agent are entitled, number one, to be the agent of record. Otherwise, you have no control, right, when it comes to helping that consumer in their policy changes or reviews or updates. Number two, you're entitled to full commission and renewals, typically for 5 to 10 years, depending, or some are lifetime, depending on the product. Okay, you're doing the work, you're out in the field, you're making it happen. So when I hear these things, because we're in these four walls and I'm just thinking, oh, that's the norm, it's a full pass-through contract. But no, when I hear these stories and these agents coming to us, especially some of the younger agents that don't know any better, with these handcuffs, they can't get released, they don't get renewals, their commission is split in thirds. I mean, it's there's no words. Okay, I'll just leave it at that. And once again, when you think of working with a company like Levinson, right, and we have some great carriers, as you know, the first thing we ask is how these contracts work. We don't want our agents to get hurt. We don't want to get hurt, right? So we have to always look out for you all. And like I said, I'm coming full circle. If it's a win-win, then it's a win-win for us. Win-win for you, win-win for us, win-win for the carriers. Everybody's happy down the line. Okay? All right. Enough of my ranting. What I want to do is shift gears here, talk about today's presentations. It's also Disability Insurance Awareness Month. Okay? Now, you're probably saying to yourself, Bill, that's great, but how is it going to help me? Well, how's it going to help you is if you're focused on final expense, annuities, maybe IUL, estate planning, great. But a huge door opener and a great way to protect your consumers if something happens is disability income insurance. Okay? I mean, you drive a car, you got to have auto insurance. Okay? If you're out there working and you have a family, right? You get disabled and you can't perform your typical duties, how are you going to get paid and pay your bills? So DI is huge. And you talk about renewals, some of these products pay a double-digit renewal stream. It's like you're building your own annuity, okay, for yourself. So imagine a block of business. Once you've sold a bunch of disability income policies, okay, it's priceless. And you're doing justice for these families, especially some of these younger families with young kids. Okay, so we have a great marketing library. We have the easiest products now. In fact, Assurity Life has a instant decision product that's on our platform. You can get up to, it's like $6,000 a month for a benefit. Okay, and there's not much underwriting involved. So anyway, you got to get the word out. We can co-brand some of this marketing material. But you got to spread the message. Even if you're a health agent, think about all the opportunities, right? It just keeps going on and on and on. So what we're going to do today is have a webinar question of the day at the end, right before 3 p.m. Eastern. We're going to talk about our Insure Me Now Direct platform, which is free. There's no contract. There's no nothing. It's not a referral program, like I said earlier. We're going to talk about the updates, changes, new marketing material, new products, carriers. And then we actually have Doug, who is our VP from Assurity Life, who's joining us. He's going to hop on in about 5 minutes here. And he's going to talk about all of the Assurity products that are on the platform and also disability income as well, and how easy it is now. It's not like it was 10 years ago. Okay, it's so simple. I remember years and years ago, it would take 1 to 2 to 3 months sometimes just to get a $3,000 to $5,000 a month benefit DI policy for a consumer, and agents would get frustrated. It was a mess. Totally different world now. So I want you all to hear his presentation and then hear about our platform, and hopefully you have this up and running today. And we're going to show you a bunch of new ideas and tricks to make it work and drive traffic. Okay. Let's jump right in here. Our customer is you, the agent. Okay, so you're our number one. And I always say it, that if there's an agency, an IMO, and they have a call center right in the back room, and they're also fishing in the same bucket as you for clients, for consumers, that's a red flag, conflict of interest. Okay, I mean, think about it. How are you sending your reps to an agency, and then that same agency is also marketing to the same consumer bucket, on Facebook, on Instagram, through emails, right? E-blasting, whatever it is. Okay, so anyway, back to you, our agent. We work for you. We're here to make you happy and be successful, bottom line. So when we see these testimonials come in on our Facebook page, on our Google reviews page, it makes our day, it makes our week. We share this with the whole staff. And what I'm saying is I would love for you all to jump in, share a few words. We'll send you the prospecting book on us. But again, Randy, Michael, thank you again. These are awesome to see and hear. We post these every single week because it means the world to us. Let's keep moving forward. I spoke a little bit about DM, Disability Insurance Awareness Month. And you think to yourself, oh, Bill, I know about DI, but there's a lot of moving parts. No, I said it before. It's not like it was years ago. Okay, things are much easier now. And Assurity helped make things in a very simpler way with utilizing, in fact, the latest technology, which you're going to be mind blown in just a few minutes because it is so simple. Okay, now the new opportunity. So you fast forward to 2025. Okay, and here's what I love about these stats. Let's look at the top one. 51 million working adults in the U.S. lack DI coverage. In fact, they don't even know, most of them don't know what it means. So it's unbelievable, the opportunity, right? But you have to spread the word. These are great door openers. We even have simplified issue, guaranteed issue, direct to consumer policies. I mean, it doesn't get any easier, but you got to spread the word, create the sizzle, right? Creates the conversation. Boom, you're off to the races. So anyway, we're going to send this out in our thank you email, but now is the time. Those are all of our direct to carrier contracts that you have access to. And then you're going to see the top left with Assurity, which is also on our Insure Me Now direct platform. Okay, let's keep moving forward. So with all of the updates, the changes, right, new products, some products have actually gone away, and we have new products that took over their spots. So you need to be in the loop, and it doesn't matter if we're talking annuities, DI, CI, IUL, whatever it is, all the above. We have almost 100 carriers, thousands of products, and this 411 Life and Annuity Alert is going to go out and be in your inbox every other week. So just make sure you keep your eyes peeled for this. If you're not getting it, let us know, okay? Because you need to be in the loop, especially if your client asks you a question, right? And maybe you don't know the answer. So you need to know enough to be dangerous is like what I always say on these trainings. Okay, the new sales incentives, and then Doug is going to take over here. It's my last slide. Everybody loves cash, right? And it doesn't hurt. We were talking about the renewals earlier, and some of these agents had no idea that life and DI even pays renewals, which is like riding a horse in reverse around New York City in 2025, which shouldn't even happen. But the bottom line is you deserve it, right? You earn it, you deserve it, and we're paying it out. So left-hand side, very simple, write your first annuity application up to $500 cash above and beyond your great commissions, which are direct from the carrier, once again. Then the right-hand side, Prudential has the new Momentum IUL product, some great underwriting, by the way. Even if your client smokes marijuana, they have the prescription card, they're giving non-tobacco rates, their height and weight chart is the most liberal in the industry. They're great with foreign nationals. Anyway, bottom line, 10% bonus on all IUL target premium with the Momentum IUL from Prudential. So make sure you run with this. If you have any questions, just call any one of our marketers on the team and we'll get you up and running. Okay, let's move on to our feature presentation. I have Doug Bador joining us from Assurity. He's going to jump in and share all the nuggets from Assurity. Doug, you there?
Yeah, sure. And Bill, thank you for that intro.
Yep, I appreciate it.
And just want to make sure you guys are able to see my screen.
Yes,
Okay.
Perfect.
Fantastic. Well, thank you, Bill. Thank you, everyone, for joining in today. Fantastic intro. I think you really hit the nail on the head when we're talking about Disability Awareness Month here in May. Disability income insurance is such a crucial part of someone's financial plan, and most Americans do not understand that. When you're in talking to your clients and really looking to build them a fully complete financial plan, what is the thing that's going to drive, the life insurance or the health insurance that you're looking at with them? It's going to be their income, their ability to pay those premiums and continue a plan and follow a path is would be quickly disrupted if their income were to go away. So I think it's a foundational piece of a financial plan. It should be another touch point for you working with your clients. They say that if you have two or more products with a client, your retention of that client goes way up. So this is just another way to make that connection with the client, providing them value, something that they would use. So I think DI is absolutely important. Like Bill said, we're going to spend a little bit of time on it. I'm going to talk a little bit about overall our products, but we're going to spend a little extra time on the DI at the end here. But with that, I know Bill gave a pretty good introduction, but I'll introduce myself again here. Doug Woodor, Regional Vice President here at Assurity. Been here a little over 8 years now, and really excited to present today. The group at Levinson Associate, as Bill said, has been on the cutting edge of offering technology products and technology solutions to their agents, really before anyone else was even thinking about it. So it was really, like he said, the carriers that really had to catch up to him. And I am proud to say that Assurity has kind of been forging that path along with him as the years have gone by. So we're well represented on the Insure Me Now Direct platform, and we'll talk about what you can do on that platform. But if you're unaware who Assurity is, over 130 years in the business, an excellent rating. We pride ourselves on being a mutual company. Home office is based out of Lincoln, Nebraska. And if you happen to hear from anyone at our office, it will always be someone out of our Lincoln, Nebraska office. If your client calls in, our call center is all right there. So they do a fantastic job of providing great service to all of our clients. So big picture, we do a lot at Assurity. We offer a lot of different product lines. Kind of the big overview here, really, we've got lines within life insurance, our health products, and also annuities as well. Today, I'm going to highlight just kind of what we have that's fully built out on the Insure Me Now Direct platform. Your clients can access these products, and as Bill said, sell while you sleep. Your clients are able to access these products that in the past, everyone thought it was too complex to ever be able to allow a client to kind of serve themselves. But we have long-term disability, short-term disability that's easy to understand, get a quote right there, and start an application for a client right on that site. So we have, really been all in on this partnership. I've been working with Bill for many years, and I can confidently say there's no one in this industry that is offering the depth and breadth of technology solutions to their agents, and really fighting hard to make sure that every tool is easily accessible for not only their agents, but the agents' clients as well. So really proud to be involved here. So when you go on Insure Me Now Direct, if you haven't been before, your clients are going to see really a couple different categories of insurance, everything from life, illness, DI, accident. And I'm happy to say that Assurity is represented in all of these categories. So what I want to do today is just kind of a quick run through of every product your clients are going to have access to on Insure Me Now Direct. And if you haven't enrolled in Insure Me Now Direct, as Bill said, this is a lot of great value, and they are offering that to you really at no cost. So please get involved in it. I know that we're not the only carrier on there. And that's great with me, because the more carriers that can build products like Assurity does that have those technology tools, the easier it is for clients to understand and see these, and they're going to get used to those sales. So, everyone can kind of jump in, and we can all share the hard work that Bill's put together on these. So right off the bat, life insurance, you're going to see Assurity offered as a term life solution on Insure Me Now Direct. Was going to just really high level these. I just want to give you kind of the highlights. Non-medical underwriting up to $1 million up to age 50. So no labs, no blood or urine tests that we're waiting on. The vast majority of these cases can get a decision instantly right in our system. So that has been really the technology over the last 5-6 years that has allowed us to build out these products that we can ask the right question. If they say, yes, I have diabetes, the system knows what to ask the follow-up question is right in that app. So when that app comes into us digitally, it's got pretty much everything it needs in it for it to make the decision. And oftentimes we can make an automated decision and put in an offer there right away. So up to $1 million for non-medical underwriting and that instant decision option. We have kind of a unique advantage in the term space. We are still in the return of premium market. This is a big driver of business for us, especially younger clients, clients that are looking to maybe buy a term policy for now, but especially when you're young, hey, you don't think anything's ever going to happen to you. So oftentimes through the objection you'll hear from young clients is, well, I'm never going to use this. Well, if that's your stance on it, let's take that bet. If you don't use it, we'll give you your premium back. Really makes for a really compelling sale. So we do sell a lot of return of premium products. That's a space in the market that we've been committed to for many years and we want to be committed to for many years to come. When interest rates are low, it's a tough product to price, but we've hung in there and we don't want to go away from that. So that's always going to be an option for you. And your clients can select a return of premium option right in the quote on Insure Me Now Direct and buy a policy right then and there. We offer preferred rate classes even for lower coverage amounts. Oftentimes carriers will limit the preferred and preferred plus rate classes to if you're only doing over 100 or 250,000 of coverage. We offer it all the way down to our minimum, $25,000 of coverage. So just because the client's buying a smaller amount doesn't mean that they're going to be stuck with only a standard. If they deserve better, Assurity will give it to them. So we're going to jump around a little bit. What I'm going to do is pop out of this for just one quick second. And I want to give you an example of what we have in terms of marketing. The team over at Levinson will have access to all of these. If you find one of these sales ideas that kind of piques your interest, you'd like to have a copy, they can absolutely get you one. But I just want to kind of give you a one sales idea per product here. I'll go through them quick. So the first one is for the term product I just talked about. We've got Amanda and her husband Lucas. Both are age 27. She's a college instructor. She earns $47,000 a year. Lucas is working part-time while attending grad school. They depend on both of their incomes and have a recent home purchase, various debts, with school debt, things like that. So what are some options for her? Return of premium term. Actually, yeah, this one does have a return of premium. They're young. So they may be wary, hey, we know we need life insurance, but are we ever really going to use it? We're young. I think that's really a compelling case. So we looked at a $250,000 of life insurance, a 30-year term. So covers things like a mortgage, any outstanding student loans they have, make sure that those are secured with a death benefit. But hey, if they decide that after 30 years they haven't used the product, they'll have a return of premium benefit. The total package for that, it's about $18 for the death benefit coverage, another $8 for that return of premium. So over $25 a month, they've got that security in there. So just one quick sales idea I wanted to mention for a term product. I'm going to jump back in. So moving on, the next product that we offer on the Insure Me Now Direct platform, critical illness. So critical illness, if your client has a heart attack, stroke, cancer, also things like a Parkinson's diagnosis, renal failure. There's a list of about 11 conditions that will trigger this product. If they have a critical illness that triggers, they will be paid out a specified sum. So they, just like a life insurance plan, you're buying a death benefit up front. You can buy 25,000, 100,000, 500,000 of death benefit coverage. And if they have a stroke, we're going to pay out a flat coverage amount, so 50,000, 100,000, whatever they bought. So for the critical illness plan, again, as Bill mentioned, we've got a lot of different options on these plans to do very quick and easy underwriting. We do simplified issue up to $75,000 of coverage. That is kind of a sweet spot. We see 50 to 75,000 of coverage often sold on these plans. For some higher end occupations, we do see 250 up to 500 sold as well. But for that quick, easy underwriting, 50 to 75 is going to be what you want to look at. 11 covered conditions, not going to go through them all just for this one, but just want to kind of highlight critical illness is going to be out there. We also do have return of premium upon death. So if they were to pass away, this is built into the product. You don't need to add a rider or anything. If they were to pass away, let's say in a car accident, that's not a critical illness. Anything that they were to pass away from that is not a critical illness and are holding this policy, we have return of premium benefits. So the beneficiary would receive the premium back on the policy. If they have a critical illness and then pass away from it, we're going to be paying out that full benefit, whatever they bought, because it was a critical illness. So just kind of give you an idea of what we got going on there. And again, I'm going to go through these fast. We've got a lot of products on the Insure Me Now Direct platform, and I want to get to all of them. But I'm going to pop out for a second and show you just a quick critical illness sales idea. So for critical illness, we've got Brian, 42, lives with his wife and daughter out of Michigan. He's an HR manager at a mid-sized company, feels good about their financial security. They stay on top of their credit card bills, save for retirement, own life insurance. Well, what are his concerns? He sees both of his parents struggling with health problems. Brian realizes that he can't take their good health for granted. When his insurance representative asked about critical illness and how it would impact his family, it struck a chord. The reason we see that strike a chord with clients so much is what we're seeing in the health space. High deductible plans. We know if a client has a severe health issue going on, and in that year they're going to be expected to cover their full deductible before insurance really kicks in. We know that that is oftentimes a four-figure proposition. It'd be $9, 10, $15,000 depending on their plan. So what is going to jump in? Does everyone have 10 grand sitting in their bank account just waiting in case they have a critical illness? Oftentimes not. So that is why this is such an important product. This is going to give a client instant relief in the event of an emergency illness, a critical illness. So the solution for Brian, he buys a critical illness plan for 50,000. That 50,000 is a lump sum benefit if he is diagnosed for example, heart attack, stroke, cancer, things like that. For that plan, he's paying under $60 a month, so $57.45 a month to have that security to know, hey, if I have a critical illness, I'm going to be in the hospital for a while. I know my deductible is just going to be shot. Where's that money going to come from? He's got enough to cover that high deductible and then some if he's going to be out of work due to that illness. If he's got bills to pay in that time where he's recovering, $50,000 is going to go a long way to help him kind of bridge the gap there. So another sales idea here on critical illness. I'll jump back in. All right, we're going to the next plan. Accidental death. Real quick and easy on this one. This plan pays a death benefit in the event the client dies from an accidental death. We see this product used most often in the form of life insurance declines. If they're applying for a term, a whole life, an IUL, and for whatever reason they are declined medically, accidental death is often going to be so for some clients, maybe the last resort. For some clients, it's just going to be a great option in order to have some coverage there. So we offer up to 350,000 of coverage, no health questions, no exams. So pretty straightforward issue. Generally, a client, if they were going on to Insure Me Now Direct, filling out an application with us, plugging all the information in, adding their credit card or bank account information, how they want to pay, within 24 hours, they have a policy issued to them with that accidental death coverage. They also have a pretty cool accident-only DI rider. We're going to talk about DI a little bit more in a moment here, but with this plan, not only if you add that rider, not only would we pay out in the event of accidental death, but if they have an accident that causes them to become disabled, we will pay out a monthly benefit to them in the form of that rider. So kind of a cool way on a product like this to get someone coverage and get them some bells and whistles they may otherwise not have access to. I'll give you a quick example of this one on the accidental death. And this marketing piece we have kind of speaks directly to that term decline scenario that we see so much of. Alyssa's 38, works as an independent truck driver, making about 60,000 annually. Insurance hasn't been a priority for her in the past, and she has been unable to qualify for life insurance. So she's looking for an alternative. So her obvious concerns is, if something were to happen while she's out at work driving the truck, an accident-prone occupation there. Where is she going to have the coverage? Well, accidental death with a surety is a great option for her. So I'm going to kind of show you the solution here. We did $250,000 of benefit. That coverage is going to be in place for her all the way through age 80. So you can buy these in shorter terms. We often see everyone just kind of run them for as long as you can. Age 80, it's a couple of dollars difference from the difference if you're going on a 20 or 30-year term all the way to age 80. Not that much more expensive, just a couple bucks. And then they also have on this product accident-only disability income rider, like I mentioned before. If she were to become disabled due to an accident, because he has this rider, we can pay up to a $3,000 monthly benefit after 90 days from the disability event, and it would run for 2 years after that. There's also a rider to do a return of premium at specified times, usually 20 or 30 years, depending on their age. If they decide they want to cancel after that point, they'll have a return of their premium. So it is a pretty simplified product. You could just go bare bones, get $250,000 of coverage, and be paying less than $16. But for a client that obviously knows they have an insurance need and may not have options, being able to offer them some more bells and whistles can be very advantageous. So for this particular plan, we bundled all of that together on this single plan for under $55 a month. All right, bouncing back. 3 more products to go. Hang with me here. So this next one, not to be confused with accidental death, we call this accident insurance, oftentimes referred to as accident expense insurance. The kind of high level here, if the client is injured due to an accident and they incur any sort of medical costs, it will pay out a benefit depending on the costs that are depending on what sort of services they have. And this is best seen in an example I'm going to show you here in a second. But before we show you that example, these are guaranteed issue products. You write the application, you'll be offered coverage, pays a cash benefit for injuries. And the really cool part about this product is you can sell this any which way. You can sell this to an individual. You can sell this as a family plan. So maybe 2 spouses and kids all on one plan. We can also sell this product specifically just for juveniles. They can be the sole life on the plan, which is kind of unique to Assurity. A lot of carriers, if you want to sell a juvenile one of these plans, you've got to have a parent on there as well. We think so. It makes a lot of sense to offer juvenile only plans, especially with kids. Run around summertime now. Maybe they're doing baseball or soccer. Doing those organized sports. We know injuries are going to happen. I know I had a few growing up. My parents should have had one of these plans. I don't know if these plans, I'm sure they existed back then, but we didn't have them. But these are the things that would kick in and help you in the event of those accidents or injuries. Like I said, I think the best way to kind of imagine or view this plan is within an example here. We've got one for kind of the juvenile example that I was talking about. So Kyle and Cole. Kyle is watching his son Cole start varsity football. As a parent, he worries about Cole getting injured, but he's also concerned about the financial impact that an injury may have. We know deductibles and co-pays, bills can add up quickly in the event of an accident. Even after health insurance, there's still going to be some medical bills left to pay. So any extra money that may be needed for physical therapy or other treatments. So he could purchase for under $14 our accident expense or accident insurance plan for complete coverage. Is kind of that dictates how much benefit you get. So our complete plan is our best plan, and 24-hour coverage. So no matter if you're get hurt on the job or off the job, 24-hour coverage. So let me give you kind of an example here. So Cole breaks his leg during the last game of the season. And as a result of that, he took an ambulance to the emergency room. He was examined by a doctor, X-ray of his lower leg. He had surgery to realign broken bones. He was in the hospital for a day, had some prescription for a scooter, follow-up visits, got 6 physical therapy appointments. So that's just kind of, hey, what happened after that incident? What was paid is all dictated on the things that happened. So over here on the right-hand side, for the ambulance ride, Surety's going to pay out $400. Accident treatment, 200, X-ray, 60. So it goes on and on. Specific types of injuries, things like burns or cuts or fractures, are going to have a specified benefit to them. So for this example, a fracture of the lower leg, $3,300. So it goes on and on, depending on the issues or the treatments that he had and the follow-ups that he had. For this $13 or under $14 a month policy, Assurity's paying out $10,020 for that one incident. So powerful, really powerful. Certainly going to help them kind of bridge the gap on any insurance that they do have. and most likely will have some money left over to help with all the unexpected things that would result from an accident like this. So we're seeing this being a real driver of our business over the last year. And with Insure Me Now Direct, your clients can access this product right directly, get a quote, start an application right then and there. All right, home stretch here, final two products and kind of the main event as Bill had mentioned at the front end. May is Disability Insurance Month, and uh, we are really prided on our disability insurance lineup. We kind of have full featured products, and we've really honed these products to be easier for the clients and the agents to be able to understand, use, and apply for. So starting right off the bat is kind of our flagship product. We have a disability insurance for long term. The product name on this, if you're looking at Insure Me Now Direct, will pop up as our Century Plus disability income product. So non-medical underwriting up to $6,000 a monthly benefit. So that does cover a lot of income ranges. When you think about disability insurance, and this is true of Assurity, most carriers, you can generally put in place about 60% income replacement for a client. So just to use easy numbers, if a client makes $100,000, you can offer about $60,000 worth of benefit. Divide that out monthly, so just a little under $6,000 a month. So that non-medical underwriting kind of generally will cover up to about a six-figure salary, 100,000 or less. Once you're kind of getting into higher salary ranges, you can do more benefit. Just going to take a little bit of underwriting. Usually they'll request labs or things like that. Um, this is a long-term product, 1 year, 2 year, 5 year, 10 year, age 65 or to age 67. So lots of different options. You can see even with this product, you can make it a short product. You can have it for a year or two. It's still pretty long term. When people say short-term disability, usually they're talking weeks, not years. But you can kind of make it a short-term benefit. But these are built to be long-term as needed. So 10 year to age 65 or to age 67 are options here. Going to do one quick example. We are on example number 5. We are looking at disability income for nurses. So Bill had mentioned it kind of at the top. Underwriting has always been kind of the catch on DI. You hate to send in an app and take 2 months trying to figure out if you can get an offer or not. And really, the problem with that in the past has been disability underwriting. We look at a lot of things, but the two main things we're looking at is what does the person do, what's their occupation, and how much do they make, because that's going to define how much benefit we can offer. Well, the occupation piece is kind of over time really simplified itself. Carriers have done a pretty good job of really refining and defining each specific occupation a client could be in. And if it's not on our list or our drop-down menu, we can absolutely, a quick call to Levinson team, they can clarify exactly how we would classify a particular occupation. But with the technology, we can build in thousands of occupations to our drop-down list. So if a client goes in there and types in interior designer, it's going to pop up. Most of occupations will. So occupations, that's one piece to get up front. The other piece is income, and really it's just that carriers have got more comfortable with these plans. Like I said, non-medical underwriting, that also includes, we don't do income verification for under 6,000 as well. So we're not asking for the last two tax returns of the client to make sure that exactly what they're saying in terms of income. For under six-figure salaries, we can kind of just go off of the application. So that's what's making things easier and quicker. This example here, I've got a nurse. She is 32. She works at a local VA. She sees the impact of disabilities on her patients every day. Taylor is married and pregnant with her first child. Her annual salary is about $78,000. So her concerns, her income is vital for her family's stability, just like so many people's are. They have $180,000 left in their mortgage, about $12,000 in credit card debt. She has 10 years left on her student loan. So her household income together is about 160. So she's worried about if she were not to have an income for some period of time, what's going to cover those bills? Is everything going to fall behind? So that's when we say that this really income protection is really covering, it's ensuring that engine of your financial plan. Your income is what drives the financial plan car in this scenario. And this is the protection of that thing that's powering it forward. So her solution is they looked at a monthly benefit of $2,700 for 2 years. So if she were to become disabled and after a 90-day elimination period, so if she's still disabled after 3 months, we're going to kick in that benefit. So $2,700 for 2 years to ensure that that maybe that's covering the mortgage, maybe that's helping with the student loan payment, so it doesn't fall behind. So that is replacing a good portion of her income to make sure that she can continue to heal and isn't worried about how they're going to pay the bills or pay the utilities, keep the lights on, and all the rest. The cost for that just under $46 a month. So again, that's our Century Plus long-term care product, or excuse me, a long-term disability product. Uh, a 3A occupation class for a nurse, she's a non-smoker, comes out to just under $46. All right, I got one last product to show you. Again, every single one of these plans is available on our Insure Me Now Direct platform. Clients can access them directly, or if you're sitting across from a client, you can look at it together. A disability income short-term plan. The product name on this you'll see is Income Protection. Is our short-term plan similar to our long-term plan. We can do non-medical underwriting. The really big difference in this plan, instead of paying a monthly benefit, so $6,000 a month or $2,700 a month, we actually pay a weekly benefit. So when you're selecting the amount of benefit on this product, you just got to remember it's weekly. So if they were to do the maximum, the $1,500, obviously over 4 weeks, you're getting the same amount, that $6,000 that you would on a long-term plan. So similar benefit amounts, just kind of paid out a little bit differently. But then the other big difference here, this is just really intended to be a short-term play, 13 weeks, 26 weeks, 1 year, 2 year options on our short-term product. And for that, we do see this product used a couple different ways. We see it for younger clients that maybe they have a couple jobs, maybe they're a freelance graphic designer and they drive Uber on the side. They need something that's going to be inexpensive, easy to get, and that can handle kind of multiple occupations. And this product does a great job of that. So that's one idea. The other idea we have is on the screen here. This would be for really a young family. This is Alberto. He's 30 years old, auto mechanic out of Texas. His wife Marissa and their 2 children. He works at a local garage, makes $36,000 annually. She's a stay-at-home mom, and what their concerns, just like pretty much every American out there these days, the high percentage of them are living paycheck to paycheck with little in the way of savings. Although he's living within his means and affordable, we know that any disruption into their paycheck could be a disaster for their financial future. So the solution here is a disability income insurance. We have an option to do for accident and sickness together. You can do it either way. This particular example is just showing the accident only, just to kind of give an idea of how you can do it here, but you could add sickness on this as well, either way. But for this one, we're doing a 14-day elimination period. So if he has an accident at work, becomes disabled, 14 days later, we're going to start kicking in a weekly benefit of $415 to him, and we'll pay that for a total of 26 weeks. So really, this is just bridging that gap, making sure that they've got time to regroup. And the price of doing that, we also have a stay-at-home spouse rider on this, is a $250 benefit as well, because we know with him and the disability and recovering, that his spouse may have her attention split elsewhere, and she may need help as well. Maybe they need to bring in some help with the kids. So $250 a week benefit. So really what the family would be seeing is just under about $700 of benefit being paid to them each week. The cost of that protection just under $14 a month. So again, a short-term product sales idea here is for a family. As you can see, I just kind of picked out sales ideas for each of these products. These are not the only reason or ways to sell these products. We've got lots of great sales ideas. The Levinson team does a fantastic job of maintaining a marketing library, not only for Surety, but all of their carriers. And I would suggest if you have an interest or have a client, work with your team at Levinson. They can absolutely point you in the right direction. Got a full lineup of products here at Assurity, obviously, but they do a fantastic job offering really any sort of scenario or benefit you may need to help serve your client's financial future. So with that, I will pass it back to Bill.
Yeah, that was great, Doug. Very informative. I love the case studies because it really helps the agents put things into perspective and how they can use the marketing and products with their existing leads, prospects, network, all the above. So good stuff. I'll also say we had one carrier, one product in the beginning when this was just an idea, a dream, and we brought it to the surface and launched it, and Assurity was they weren't far after to come on board and say, you know what, we have a few products and we believe in what you're doing. So Doug, you were exactly right what you said in the beginning, and I appreciate that. And here we are 2025, and we're talking about some of the most competitive products out there today in the DI, CI, accident and term with ROP space. So it's great to see. We appreciate the support. All right, let's jump right in. I want to talk about some of the new marketing material, different ideas, ways you can drive traffic. And you're probably thinking to yourself, this is great. How am I going to drive traffic to my website, right, to make more sales? Because you get a free website with Insure Me Now Direct. We personalize it, make it your own with your phone number, email, picture of you or your business logo, whatever it is. So no one thinks it's us. They think it's you, the Bill Levinson agent, so to speak. So anyway, what we need to do is with my agent hat on, think about, yes, it would be great to drive traffic, and have Facebook leads running, and Instagram and LinkedIn, right? And you're just constantly driving traffic to your site. Let's say there's 250 people a day and 10%, buy a product, and great, you just sold, 25 new policies a day. Okay. And that's wonderful in a perfect world. But what you also need to think about, and this is my opinion, team up with, a health agency, a P&C agency, a mortgage company, right? And I'm going to show you in a few more minutes, but we can create a site just for that group. So then they can market the site to their members. Let's say it's an association or their clients or their database. And then still every product sold, you get the credit, and then you can work something out with them, as long as they're licensed, how it works. But the list goes on and on and on. And then for yourself, right, if you're Billy or Shelly, the agent in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, or Key West, Florida, doesn't matter, right? You're thinking, okay, I'm going to market my website to everybody I know. I'm going to put it on my social media pages. Great. Okay. Well, what you also need to think about, if you're on your daily appointments or webinars or Zoom calls, and let's say, you're talking about the great IUL, that's $3,000 a month, right? That's going to be a great commission for you. Okay. And then, oh, by the way, do you have any referrals? And they say, oh, actually, my brother-in-law or whatever, the list goes on, and they need a $100,000 term. Oh, let me show you my Insure Me Now Direct site. You do this while you're face-to-face on an iPad, or through Zoom or a webinar. Right. So my point is, you can do this at the supermarket tonight when you're online and somebody asks what you do, or if it's a typical insurance meeting, or you're working with an association or a huge health agency or P&C agent. It doesn't, the list goes on and on and on. It doesn't really make a difference as long as you're driving traffic, and we have all of the technology and marketing material to help you accomplish that. And I'm going to give you one quick example too. One of the largest P&C companies, okay, they have in fact over 230 locations in 3 states today. they're using our platform for like their plug and play life division. Okay, so if you click on their website right now today, it looks like it's their own life division. So they're driving traffic to their PNC clients today to say, hey, did you know about critical illness insurance? Did you know about Disability Insurance Awareness Month? And these are some of the stats. Click here for a quote, right? They're getting creative with their marketing, and all they're doing is pushing a button, right? Autopilot campaigns and marketing, and they're driving traffic to their site. And about 10 to 20% are quoting and buying policies. So, I mean, the list goes on, like I said, and you have to get creative. And then we have the platform to help you do exactly that. Okay. So anyway, let's keep moving forward. What I want to do next is talk about the contracting is for companies. It's the same contract. So there's nothing different there. You do have to be appointed, obviously, to get your free site set up. And then that's it. You're off to the races. So we have a team here that will help you get up and running. Let's keep moving forward. What I want to talk about next is DM, Disability Insurance Awareness Month. Where can you find the resources, the brochures for consumers, the agent guides for you, what companies are hot for, different types of occupations or consumers. Everything is here on our website. Okay, just follow the yellow arrow. I know I have about 7 minutes left, so I'm going to be very quick here, but I want to show you some of the latest updates because I know you're going to love this. It was another dream, and it's coming to fruition. Anyway, let's go to the next slide here. This is the Levinson difference. We've seen over the last probably 2 or 3 years, especially since COVID, a few competitors tried to come out with something similar, but it's only one carrier or it's a referral platform. They're basically saying, hey, we have the same thing Levinson has, but with us, you just send us your client number and email, and we handle it from there. Well, that's a referral fee. That's not even your client. And then guess what? They wind up cross-selling to your client, okay? Which is, again, just crazy. What I was saying in the beginning of the call, okay? Make sure your agent of record, make sure the comp and the renewals are a full pass-through. You deserve this, okay? And releases, and get that in writing. You can be released at any time as long as you don't owe any money or chargebacks, okay? Very simple. That's if you're with us or not, okay? You got to know the basics. Let's keep moving forward. So some of the new products on the platform, I'm going to mention this quickly because, again, time. Top left corner, Banner Life now goes up to $4 million. That's huge. Also convertible to the Symetra IUL. That's another big deal. Let's move over to the right-hand side, Assurity. So that's $6,000 a month benefit, instant decision. That's a big, big deal, especially you're selling while you're sleeping. They can do this at 3 a.m. or face-to-face with your iPad at Starbucks. Doesn't make a difference. And then what's kind of neat, think about this. All of their products with Assurity all have return of premium. And then everything in front of you comes with a free scholarship program at no charge to the consumer. Okay, up to 1 year free tuition, 440 colleges, I think we're up to in the country. So that's another great value add, a great nugget to drive traffic to your site. Okay, name of the game. Think of like the low-hanging fruit, right? The products or policies or appointments that, maybe you want to just send them a link to your site instead of spending 2 hours at Starbucks. Okay, that's how you have to look at these products. Bottom right corner, Gerber just came out with a AD&D product, accidental death, up to $500,000 straight up guaranteed issue. That's a big deal. You tack on the scholarship program, that's a nice value add that only you can provide as a Levinson Sage approved agent. The bottom left-hand side, Manhattan Life has some new benefits with their products as well. Critical illness, they have a great DVH plan. And what's neat is each carrier kind of has their own niche. And then we have Lloyd's of London. We're adding 2 or 3 products to start, and then we're going to go from there. So that's in the works as we speak. Let's keep moving forward. The Pro Plan. So what's great about this is if you really want to take this to the next level, okay, maybe your nephew is a programmer, niece, whatever, okay, and you want to have your own professional WordPress website, you want to run search engine optimization where if someone puts in, Florida critical illness insurance, your site comes up, right? You're running ads to your site. You need to gauge analytics and you want to add on other maybe health products or whatever it is. Okay. You can do this. We have a third party company that has a plug-in feature that will turn in basically your basic Insure Me Now Direct site into like an Insure Me Now Direct on steroids. Okay, with every option available. I mean, you can really take this to the next level. It's about $2,000 for setup and then $100 a month. But it really will let you run with this to drive traffic with ads and SEO and even, like I said, products that have nothing to do with us. If you want to keep taking this further, we have a few agencies doing this now and they're seeing great success. So that's another option. Let's keep moving forward. What I want to show you is what comes with our platform, and it doesn't cost you a penny. That's what you're looking at in front of you. So we brand this just for you. Okay, the URL is about you and it's unique to you. So everything sold on your site, you get full commission plus renewals on most products that are on the platform. Okay, so this is a huge deal. We have an agent right now that introduced himself and us to this association, and now they have hundreds and hundreds of members that are going on here daily. Okay, not all of them are buying right away, but it's about 10 to 20% is the average. So just think about what those numbers could be. Okay, all right, let's keep moving forward. So we think about this for a second, right? We have Insure Me Now Direct. This will only take 2 more minutes. Insure Me Now Direct is always been direct to consumer, instant decision. Think Amazon, right? Well, what I wanted to do is come out with a not just instant decision, but a traditional underwriting path as well. If you look at the yellow arrow, so yes, have the instant decision, Amazon type products, right? Just sitting there, your client just clicks and puts everything into a cart and buys and done. And you get paid full comp. But then I wanted to have the most competitive term products, right? In the industry, you know, like obviously Banner and Protective and Pack. Well, guess what? We now have that as well. So we have, if you look at the yellow arrow left-hand side, instant, or it says traditional. Okay, so your client or you with the client, remember, you can do this face-to-face, can pick either button. Or if you don't want to show the traditional side, we can customize it for you as well. But let's keep moving forward and go to the next slide because I want to show you what the difference is and what this looks and feels like. So this is the instant path. Okay, we're pretending you clicked on instant or your client, agent, whatever, everything pops up in front of you. Then if you look at the bottom right corner, that's the quote. Boom, next slide. We are done. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so that's the instant side. Now the traditional side. So here's what's so cool. Now you or the client clicks on traditional, the most competitive products and carriers come up in front of you. If you look at the bottom right-hand corner, that's what it looks and feels like. And then what happens is you get an email. If they hit proceed, you get an email with all of their information in real time that says, hey, Bill Levinson, Marcia Smith just filled out your 1-page application on Insure Me Now Direct. She wants Protective $1 million. Okay, that's what it looks like right in front of you. All the information you need, and then boom, you can input the rest of the info into a drop ticket. You're done. Okay, or do it with the client on the phone. Done. Well, part 2 is we're going to have the e-app or drop ticket built right in. So when they hit proceed, instead of a real-time lead capture form, now they're going right to the e-app or drop ticket. So again, everything from A to Z while you're sleeping. So that's part 2. We're working on this right now. Okay, let's keep moving forward. I know we are running a little bit behind, so we're going to move real fast. Andrew, if we can keep moving, let's go all the way to the sample social media posts so we can get everyone out in just a couple minutes. Actually, a minute. We'll literally have a minute and we'll wrap this up. Let's keep moving. Then we have our giveaway as well. So just hold on tight for about 60 to 70 seconds. Okay, so every single week we promise to share some social media posts with you so you can start driving traffic. You don't have to reinvent the wheel, right? These are 2 examples. Here's what's crazy. These 2 posts that you're looking at created over 5,000 likes, okay? Over 200 comments. Now think about this. Number 1, is this rocket science? No. You can do something very similar. All it's doing is explaining the benefits of children whole life insurance, right? Or on the right-hand side, it's why you should buy insurance when you're younger. It's very simple. Okay. You can change a few spokes, add your logo. Okay. Maybe add a few little things and boom, post it. And you're off to the races. Okay. Just enough to be dangerous. Let's keep moving forward. Okay. This is great. This is my last podcast. The reason why I love Ian and what he's doing, he's been with us for just about 15 years. He's using a professional website, Insure Me Now Direct, all the social media tactics, everything that we're teaching him. It's working great. He just sold his first annuity. I jumped into a 1-hour interview with Ian on my last episode 57. You got to check it out. This will be in the thank you email. Okay, it's my second to last slide, and then we'll put a bow on it. This is our menu of training events that are all upcoming. Very exciting, and the reason why, and I'm not just saying this lightly, the reason why I'm saying exciting is because we have a lot of new tech, new carriers coming out, new products. Okay, we have Augustar Financial is coming to us with their life and annuity direct carrier options. So really, really cool stuff that you're going to see in the next month or so. We have Coach Chris on for next week. Coach Chris is not tied to any annuity company, so he's giving us the 100-foot overview in the annuity space right now. Things you need to know with MIGAs, FIAs. We have bridge products with guaranteed issue, LTC, lots and lots of bells and whistles. Try to be on that webinar next week. Nationwide, I mean, the list goes on and on. But anyway, we'll include this in the thank you email so you can take a look and register. Let's go to our last slide here and question of the day. So what we're going to do now is move over to our Positive Tuesday quote. And it's funny because this is exactly what we were talking about earlier, right? You got to try some of these things because you're never going to know. And even if you get, 2 or 3 likes or followers or 2 questions about your children's whole life guaranteed issue posts, right, on Facebook or Instagram, okay, it's 2 more than you had the day before. So you got to try it. Tiny wins each day lead to big accomplishments each year, which lead to a lifetime of success and fulfillment. Okay, small wins matter. You don't have to go for the $122,000 commission IUL case, right? Yes, it would be nice, of course, but use the low-hanging fruit to open the doors, and then you jump in, get the door open, pivot, and then boom, that's when you get the nice case, and you got the smaller one too, and that's okay. Everybody's happy. Okay, but you got to think like that. What's your door opener? Okay, my message, educate, 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 right? If you're out there constantly talking about long-term care, what is DI, children's whole life, IUL, right? Annuities, educate, educate. People are going to start knowing you as the guru. And then when it comes to these policies, these products, who are they going to ask questions to, right? They trust you. They remember, hey, that's that crazy guy that puts out these Positive Tuesday quotes. I have no idea what it means, but I know he's out there every week. Okay? Do the same thing. Call it the IUL Thursday. Who cares? But you got to be persistent and consistent. Question of the day. Okay. Hopefully everybody's little fingers are on their keyboard. Question is, we spoke about the latest enhancement with the Assurity DI product. What is the max benefit, the max monthly benefit on their DI product on Insure Me Now Direct? And what's the max age you can get that benefit? So tell me the monthly benefit amount and the max age. So the max monthly benefit amount, max age with Assurity's Instant Decision DI product, which we went over a few times on today's presentation. You tell me the magic numbers, because it's 2 numbers, and you win. Max benefit, max age. Andrew's going to tell us who was first and who was correct. Andrew?
Okay, we have Al G. Al G.
Al G. Congratulations. The answer was $6,000 a month, the max monthly benefit, and the max age is 60, 60. So $6,000 a month, max age 60. We're all winners, okay? Because number one, leave a few comments on our Facebook or Google reviews page. You get the prospecting book. Al G walks away with the Fire HD8 tablet and the new Prospect IUL prospecting book. So everyone's a winner, though, because you just walked away with nuggets and you're going to leave a review. on our Facebook page. Let's have a great Thursday, great rest of the week, great weekend, great selling. And please don't hesitate to reach out anytime with any questions. Okay, we're here for you every step of the way. Thanks again.